Okay, so I'll show you this lower octave alternate method here. And like I said, we can just basically take the tabs and, everything respective to what we're playing and just change spots in the set of strings. So the tabs will stay the same if you'll notice. It's just everything will shift a set of strings. And the only thing that's different is for this lower octave, we just take the G and bump it down to a G flat. Okay. Right. And like I said, we're just playing it just the same way. For this intro section, we're just picking through this, technically it's an E13 suspended second, but if you just wanted to play backing chords to this, you could just strum an E minor chord and it would work just fine. Okay, but the chord we're picking through here, and the way we want to pick this is E string, B string, D, A, the now G flat string, back to D. So, okay, just wanting to get that picking method down. All right, and of course we're going to fret 4 on the A with the 3 on that G flat string now. Everything else is open. Open E, open B, open D, and pick through it just like I mentioned here. E string, B string, D, A string, G flat, D. So slowly here. Okay, just fretting it just like that. And, if you'll notice this shape, it's exactly what's, if we had the capo here on the 7th, what would we be playing over here? So it's just down and up a set of strings. Okay, so go through that. And in this initial intro section, this is also the outro, or the ending, I guess you could say. We'll go from there to this A voicing, which it's an A6 with a 9 and 11, well, all this stuff, but you could just play an A chord over it if you're doing rhythm guitar. And it's the same shape and everything. We're just taking our ring and hitting this 5th fret now instead of the open E and picking it just the same way. And we just do this little walk down in a G major 7 chord. We go 3 on the E, open G flat string, open D, to 2, and then we would just get back into our E13 sus2 chord, and here we start like the main riff, which is this chord, to a E minor add 9 chord, which is basically just down here where we go 2nd fret on the A and the D string and just pick it just like we usually do. Alright. So you're going to find a lot of back and forth between that chord to that chord. Right. And you go through that a couple times in this intro section. The second part of the verse here, we continue on with our E13 sus2 to the E minor add 9. The 4 and the 3 to the 2s. Okay, go through that once. And then we do this section here where it's based around a D chord. And it's just, the Scarborough fair. And we're just doing an open D string and the open G flat string. And then we just hit the D one more time. 1st fret on that G flat string, back to open. It's just following that vocal, the Scarborough. Right, and then back to our E13 to the E minor add 9. Right, and now we add this G, and basically we just come over, fret like we're doing a regular G, but now that we have this G flat going on, you're going to want to go 1st fret on that, just to make sure it's a G and not the G minor there or whatever. Alright, so 3 on the E, 2 A, open D, 1 on the G flat and the open B, and we pick it just like we pick the other parts. From there, we just lift off the 3 on the E to open to make it an E minor 7. Everything else stays the same here, and we just pick that the same way. Right. And now we do kind of another vocal match here. I think this is part of the Rosemary in Time, where we go 3 on the E with the open B, drop down to 2 on the B and the open A, keep the open A and add the 3 on the G flat string. Okay. Rosemary and Time. And then just back into our basic riff, the E13 to E minor. Go through that a couple times there. All right, the last part of the verse, we kick it off with this E minor section. So open E, we do an open B to 1 on the G flat. Do a walk-up bass note here. We go open E, 2, 3 into this G shape. All right, pick through the G just like we usually do. Same G shape as the previous section. And now we're going to do a walk down. Do the 3 on the E with the open B, 2 on the E with the 3 on the G flat, to an open E and a 1 on the G flat. Come off to this D shape, which is just the open D and the open G flat. All right, hit them together, and then we pick the G flat open, D open, to this 2 on the D with the 1 on G flat, back off to the opens, back to the 2 and the 1, to the opens, and to this E, kind of like E minor shape. Open the E, go open B, 2 on the D, 2 on the A, back to the open D. Right, and then we do this D shape again, the D and the G flat open, pick through those again, the G flat to D, and then the 2 D, 1 G flat, back off to opens, and then a quick hammer on pull off where we go from the opens on the G flat and D to the 2 and the 1, back to the opens. Right, and then we just continue on with our E minor section, the E13 sus to E minor add 9. All right, and as I mentioned, the original recorded version, it's everything we just did, but we capo the 7th fret, take what we did, bring it down a set of strings, and just play it in respect to this capo. So we start with our same E13 sus 2, which we got our 4 and our 3 now, okay, but it's down a set of strings. So where we had our open low E, now our E is this 7 on the A. So now we're messing with these 5 strings instead of these lower 5 strings. So it's all kind of just the same thing, just in a different way.